Hi, what's happening, everybody? I just wanted to record this to let you know that a lot of times when God is transitioning you, it's not going to be easy at times. Sometimes, it goes smooth, but when there's big work to be done, a lot of times the enemy will fight you. And that's exactly what's been happening to me. It's occurred to me, God reminded me a few times during my path through the call that He has called me that we have to take a step of faith. And when we take a step of faith, that's when we're coming out of our comfort zone. So I've been through a lot these past 6 years. I went to Phoenix and did a work, but I'm no longer in Phoenix anymore. I came back to Mesa, Arizona, and that's where I'm at now. And it seemed like everything that I tried to do in Phoenix, it was like a closed door. And I knew that someday God would bring me back to Mesa, because that's when I had a conversion, when I had a revelation of being His child. Although I served God for many years, I had a visitation one night, and the Lord gave me some revelation, but He also gave me a word of knowledge, and He said that my parents, whom I loved, was foolish. That the word was foolish. That we were their children. There were 6 of us. That we were a heritage to them. And but He told me that night, it was about 2 a.m., that I was a child of God. And I remember the continents of my spiritual being rose up, and ever since then I have never been the same. So that, I believe, was the year 2009 or 2010. Between I think it was probably about 2010. And I remember my spirit arising and so much to do. So I opened up the outreach program in 2011. I did a lot of research, but a lot of times when trials start to hit you, persecution, rejection, a lot of people of God, they tend to run from the call because they don't want to go through the rejection. They rather lick their sores and go do what they want to do, like Jonah, And what happens is that Lord allows us to come to a place, and a place where we have nowhere else but to come and do what He wants us to do. But this is a different place. Like Jacob, he came to a place where he was tired, sick of being tired, And he came to a place after running. I remember in 2005, the Lord, when I was reading the story of Jacob, how he was running through the desert, I saw myself. I saw myself like I was running, but God said He was going to bring me back. But He told Jacob that He was going to bring him back. So a lot of times, when you inherit a blessing, when you inherit a calling, like Jacob, how he stole the blessing from Esau. He ran because he saw the hate and anger of Esau, but he ran from his blessing. He ran from his heritage. So I just wanted to recollect that to you. See, the very thing that God calls you to, or he sanctifies you to do, that's the very thing Satan fights you. He'll do anything possible for you not to do what he wants you to do. And a lot